Hello, everyone, and welcome to Game On Reactions. And it's Bournemouth 2, Arsenal 0. No excuses. We sucked today. Arsenal, we sucked today. Um, I could not complain about the starting 11, especially after an international week. Um, it's always a, excuse me, it's always a difficult change of pace, going from the international games and getting back into the cadence of the Premier League. So you've got that, no excuses at all today, but the manager made what he could of the players that he had. He probably leaned a lot on the players that he had available, who didn't travel, Raheem Sterling, didn't go anywhere. Ben White didn't go anywhere. So he felt like he started with the squad that he could. But you always had a feeling like if something went wrong, what was in the bench, to change the course of things. But just looking at my notes because I made some notes. Um, no Saka, no Odegaard, no Timber, no Zinchenko, and now no Saliba, for the next game. So yeah, Arsenal were very lethargic in that first half. Um, it was I mean I watched that game, and it felt like we were going nowhere fast. Players felt lethargic. It felt a very liberal performance. Felt like they were waiting for something to happen, waiting for a spark. Waiting for a spark. You always talk about those games. The big games where you want that first crunching tackle to go in, and then everyone gets lifted, right? Unfortunately for Arsenal, they're playing away from home, and the only lift that you were gonna get was not coming, not from the Bournemouth fans, right? They're gonna be cheering on Bournemouth, and Bournemouth is a team that are sneaky dangerous. The likes of teams like Bournemouth, Brighton, these teams, are sometimes the results don't really reflect the performance that they have in a game. So you just know that every now and then they can pull out something. So and they did, they pull out something. You could see the belief going to the Bournemouth players. As the game stretched on, they felt more and more confident. The coach made three changes, and they had instant impact. That's how as a coach you're looking like a genius, right? You bring the players on, and two out of the three combined for the first goal. But funny enough, Arsenal actually played better when they went down to 10 men. Maybe that was what they were waiting for. That was the spark that Arsenal was waiting for, to sort of kick in, and they progressed the ball a little bit better, getting to the final third a little bit more than they did when they had 11 men. And of course, Martinelli coming in here, that was the shot in the arm that Arsenal needed, and they could have easily made that count, right? The chance that fell to Martinelli, and the keeper made a great save. You just great save, bad finishing. You can pick your side, right? It doesn't matter. Martinelli did not score, and almost the next couple of minutes, Arsenal are defending a corner of something quite ironically that we're very good at. Scoring from corners, and to concede from a corner, it's really like a slap in the face, right? Because this is your strength. This is where you go to. This is where you go and pull out that extra that other teams don't necessarily have. And Arsenal score a lot of goals from set pieces, but not today. Not today. So the players didn't respond today. The players did not respond today. They didn't respond. They didn't respond to um, to what the task was. The chance to go top. You win this game, you put pressure on Manchester City. They're going to play against Wolves, and Wolves is just one of those teams that you never know, right? You could meet a Wolves that you tonk, 4-5-0, right? Or you could meet a Wolf that you're struggling, right? Remember, I think Wolves beat Manchester City last season. I don't think that's repeating itself, but you play that game and you maybe put a bit of pressure on Man City and maybe put a bit of pressure on Liverpool, because you play Liverpool next. So what does this all mean? What does this all mean for Arsenal? Is the title over? Is it so damaging? Because you expect Man City to win tomorrow, and so you're further dropping points, behind. Here's what I would say. I think I don't know about the title, but I know that certainly makes a difference for next week because there will be no Saliba. And Liverpool have got a very potent strike force. They do. With Diaz, with Jota, with Salah. Jota loves to score against Arsenal, so I expect if he's fit to start in that game, uh, because he always finds a way to score against Arsenal. I don't know what it is, but some players just have that knack of scoring against other teams, and you if you're a smart coach, you put that player in because I don't know what it is, how it feels, whatever that is, but it just happens for some players. So, and Jota's one of those, especially against Arsenal. It just seems to find the back of the net. Sterling used to be like that, when he played for Man City. Sadly, we're not seeing anywhere near the best of Sterling. Not quite sure what it is, what's going on, and the trouble is, he's not going to have a lot of opportunities to impress. Today was an opportunity to impress, and he didn't take it because that right hand side is Saka, and it maybe you know about what happens next. It really gave you an insight into how Arsenal are so reliant on Bukayo Saka. You could argue he is Arsenal best player, probably Arsenal most important player. And if you're giving out awards, for players at the end of the season, Saka would be MVP, most valuable player. No question about it. There's something he contributes goals. Arsenal's highest goal scorer last season, with about 20 goals in total, I believe, 17 in the league. I mean, that's great numbers, and he contributes to assist as well, so he's really, really integral to, how Arsenal want to do business, how they want to win. Um, they've got a long week now, to get themselves, back. I expect Saka to be fit for that game, but there are decisions to be made in the defense, So who are you gonna partner now with, Gabriel that would have the same kind of symmetry? Saliba is a loss. Saliba is a loss. You only need to go back 2 seasons ago. What happened when we lost Saliba, but I have a feeling that this will be different. There are options. Ben White, could come in. If Timber is fit, you could have Calafiori playing on the left. Ben White comes in, and then you've got Timber playing on the right. You could have that. Tomiyasu. I don't know. How fit he is, but he could be an option. To play in that defense. He's done that a few times. I think Kivio hasn't really helped himself, and yeah. I mean, it was a mistake. It was self-inflicted today. Today was all about self-inflicted errors that Arsenal could have done without. But hey, listen, bad day at the office. Didn't get the 3 points. It's a long season. You want to go into this next stretch of games, and get the most points. It's a shame you could have started um, with 3 points today, but that's not it. No point dwelling about that. Fix your mistakes. Fix the mistakes. That goal, that first goal, is just like you saw, like it was man to man marking, and everything. And hey, listen, you know, the stats, doesn't support, people hitting it, from the edge of the box. And, all the people that are, blaming Martinelli and saying, he should have done, there was another player there, and he was keeping an eye on that player. So I don't know, listen, they scored a good goal. There's no need to kind of like, start, shout and listen, when you don't have your best defender, in the lineup, it makes a difference. It really does. Ask, Liverpool, when Van Dijk's not there, see how they perform. So listen, sad day. I feel a little bit bruised about it, but hey, we continue to go. Arsenal in crisis. Arsenal in crisis. With all the players that are injured, well, enough is going to be seen. I tell you what, if Arsenal win against Liverpool, no one's going to remember this Bournemouth game, at least not in the immediate future. I think that would just, give a boost, a huge boost, because Liverpool started so well, so well. Fixtures aside, they started so well, and you can only play the people in front of you. You get the points, and you keep it moving, right? But you got the points in the bag. You deal with the obstacles as they come along. So that was my reaction, to the Arsenal game. Lots of other games in the Premier League today, but it's my daughter's birthday today, so I didn't spend a lot of time looking at the other games. Just watch the Arsenal game at the end. So let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell and put your comments below. Let me know, what do you think. Is Arsenal in crisis? And is Saliba's loss going to actually be too much for Arsenal to handle against Liverpool? But I'll see you in the next one.